Barry, you're a pretty pragmatic guy. No complaints about that, I'm sure.
Definitely not, Charlie. Definitely beat by the better team on the day. Suppose we're still in it, coming up to half time. We came in at half time. We didn't think everything was lost. We had to go for the game. We went for it, and suppose we left ourselves wide open at the back in the second half, and they were just able to clip away at the points. We didn't put the scores on the board at the other end of the field. They did. I think there were I don't know how many wides they had, but very few. Whereas we probably kicked maybe don't know how many wides, and then a couple of goal chances that we didn't take. And suppose every time, we were going forward and we weren't scoring, and they were coming back up the field and they were scoring, it was probably very disheartening. It was hard to watch at times, but at the same time, listen, can't fault the boys one bit. Like, they give it all, and this, like even we said at half time, we would go right to the bitter end, and we did. They kept going. You can only be proud of them for that there. But listen, we were beat by the better team, and like, they did every bit of the team that everybody was talking about, and I suppose we knew what we were coming up against today, and unfortunately we just weren't able to match them in key areas.
You got a bit of a slow start. They got away at 3 points, but then you come back into it. I think it was 5-3, and the game was thereabouts. How big a score was the goal for them coming up to half time, Barry? Huge. I think it probably gives them a wee bit of breathing distance. We spoke before the game about their ability to score build, and I suppose that's what we were going to try and stop doing today. We've seen them in games, and that they were able to put 5-6 points in a trot together, and they looked like they were going to do that there at one stage in the first half, and then we looked like we were taken back into it, and then they got that goal, and it just it took us a while to recover from that there as well, and they went in, I think it was 7 up, and it was a big mountain to climb, and listen, we went for it. We have to go for it at that stage, and I suppose we had a couple of goal chances in the second half that we didn't take, and a couple of times we cut them open that we felt we could do, and we spoke about that at half time. We actually did catch them open, or whatever you want to call it. We cut them open, and we just didn't finish it. We didn't get those goals that we probably needed to get back into the game and get a bit of traction. But listen, as I said, we were beat by the better team, and what can you say? They were clever too, because you made the point earlier, they just kept taking the points, and they knew if they did that, they were going to win the game from there.
Yeah, and listen, we watched them last week against Dungannon, and they came out in the second half, and that's what they did. They kicked 5 or 6 points without reply, but it was just they worked the ball and take their scores, and they build up that their lead. So then you're drawn out a bit to try and go at them, and then you leave you wide open. And I think probably, in fairness, they probably maybe could have had us for another goal or two later on in the game, but they didn't. They kept putting the ball over the bar. I think it was, they were pretty comfortable winners in the end, unfortunately.
Ulster Club Championship is a tough place to be, Barry.
Listen, it's an exciting place to be, when you're going well, but like it's tough. It's tough, when you come up against like the Irish senior team. They came down from senior last year, and they're bounced back up again, and they're flying. And listen, we just were no match for them today, unfortunately.
Yeah. You won the intermediate championship. There's been many disappointments at St Naul's. Some people might say you were in bonus territory. I know you didn't feel that way, Barry, but where now for St Naul's?
Well, listen, there's like as I've said to the boys inside, they're now a senior team, they're now a senior championship team, and going forward that's what they have to gear towards, and Stephen spoke in there and spoke very well about the importance of driving it on now, not taking the foot off the pedal. When they, after 2011 they went back for a number of years, where in fact now they need to keep going up, and whatever happens for them in the future, they can hang out at senior level. Definitely we've played a lot of senior teams this year throughout Division 2 and held our own and beat them on many occasions, and hopefully they get a good draw next year, and you never know, they can hang on in senior championship, and that's the first step, is to hang on in senior championship and see where they go from there.
Will Barry Meehan be hanging on to take them into senior championship?
We'll let the dust settle after the day, Charlie. We don't make any decisions now, but listen, we'll let the dust settle over the Christmas, and we'll see what happens.
Because it's been a tremendous year for you, Barry. You took it on. Obviously yourself and Eddie went down there. It was a big move for you. You took it on yourself to bring them to an intermediate championship, to bring them to an Ulster semi-final. That's fair going. Listen, it's been very enjoyable. Like, it's been a really, really enjoyable journey, and and a lot of that there is down to the commitment and effort that the boys put in. They want to be playing at the highest level, and listen, I'm just happy that I could help out in whatever way I could. Okay, well done, Barry.
Thanks, Charlie.